Hi, my name is Sunny Markowitz, and I am the proud owner and founder of Camp Lantern Creek. Camp Lantern Creek is an all-girls summer camp started in 2011. We're located in the piney woods of Texas, just north of Houston. My background is I have a master's in educational psychology, and I've worked with kids for over 25 years in different capacities, from special education advocate, teaching, working in research with brain injured populations. And I love working with children. It's my passion, probably better with them than sometimes I am with adults, but that's why I do what I do. I started Camp Lantern Creek because I went to summer camp, an all-girls summer camp, for 14 years, and it really changed my life and made me who I am today.
And I am Angie Atkinson. I am the camp director of Camp Lantern Creek. At camp, they call me Popsy. They call her Piper. And we have camp names just for fun, and all of our staff have camp names as well. So I started working with Piper when camp opened, and I live on site year-round. I manage our site and facilities, and as well as creating our programs and work with all of our staff. I got started working in summer camping as a camp counselor, and like Piper, camp really changed my life. At 18, I learned how I didn't have to be shy, that it was actually a choice, and that I could learn to speak up and make new friends. And so I became really passionate about empowering girls to find what is unique and special about them, that makes them feel good, feel worthy, and take that out into the world to make the world a better place.
And hi, I'm Mara Van Osteren, and I am the voice you will hear today. I'm the marketing director at Camp Lantern Creek, and I've only been with the camp for a year, but I am a true believer in what the camp does. I grew up going to camp, and I have fallen in love with Lantern Creek, and these guys do an amazing job. And so this video will be a Q&A session for parents of future CLC campers. It's intended to answer questions that we typically get from parents when we meet them. If we don't answer your questions, please feel free to submit them to Sunny by email. Her email is sunny, SUNNI, at camplanterncreek.com. So, Sunny, why don't you start us off by telling us a little bit about Camp Lantern Creek?
So Camp Lantern Creek is an ACA accredited camp, which means we have to meet over 300 standards, and everything is by design. So it's all girls by design. We think there's nothing like girls learning from other girls and young women. We focus a lot. Every year we have a theme for the summer. Happens to be this year, our theme is Speak Up, to teach girls to ask questions and to speak up for what they believe in, and be respectful. We've done Beautiful to encourage girls to love their inner beauty, love who you are, don't forget to be awesome. Those are all some of our themes. We go from ages 7 to 17. And Angie and I are very passionate about also working with our staff to grow them as individuals. We help mentor them and grow them into strong young women as well.
And Angie, can you tell us a little bit about the activities that the camp offers?
Yeah, so we have a lot of different activities. We do that because we want our girls to be able to choose to do a lot of different things and not be stuck in one label. So we have one activity block called Around Robin, and in that time they will choose that activity every day before breakfast. So it'll actually change every day, and that offers them a chance to really try something new, be creative with their choice, make a choice without mom and dad, and offer them a chance to really build their independence and autonomy. Those classes are things like archery, canoeing, friendship bracelets, sometimes camp jams is one. It changes every year based on our staff's skill set, and so we don't actually know what our round robins will be this summer until we've hired all of our staff. We also have 2 other activity blocks during the day, and those activities the campers are going to take every day for a whole week. And those are more of our project-based classes like Rosie's Riveters, where they're doing woodworking and learning about power tools. Our painting class, which
And
is
changing
Studio
a tire.
One. And changing
a
tire, yes. Painting, which is Studio One. They get to learn about an artist. And then we have knitting, doll making.
Steppers.
Dance, steppers. And then our really popular one is Spotlight and singing. And we have a lot of girls that just really like to perform.
We sing a lot at camp.
Yes, we do.
I mean, a lot. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about like a typical day?
Sure. Okay, so a typical day, the girls wake up anywhere between 7:30. They roll out of bed and go to our flag ceremony. And then that's followed by round robin sign up for that morning and breakfast. Our meals, they sit family style for breakfast with their cabins. And then after breakfast, they have cabin capers where they go clean their cabins. They learn to clean a toilet, sweep a floor, clean off a clothesline. And then after they clean their cabins, they go to their round robin, followed by activity 1, which is the activity they'd chosen before they came to camp. And then a little bit of cabin time before they go to lunch. Then a rest period, followed by Sugar Shack, one of the favorite times of the day. Everyone gets ice cream. And we have a quick daily staff meeting right there next to campers. That's followed by free swim, where they get to experience our two pools. We have a new pool being built as we speak, called Ledecky Lagoon. And then we have Sally Ride, the water slide, which is a 4-story water slide into our lake. After free swim, they go back to their cabin to change for activity 2, followed by a little bit more of cabin time before they go to dinner. Dinner served a little bit differently. It's buffet style. And then after dinner, we have typically an all-camp activity called Gathering, which can be silly games. We tend to dress up a little bit. And
talent show, teams. There's a lot of water balloon fighting that happens in the evenings.
Yes. Team draw.
Yes. A lot of fun. Usually watermelons are involved.
Something,
Yeah.
yes.
Just one question before we move on is about what time do the girls go to bed?
So the girls are going to go to bed a little bit based on age group and then a little bit based on what they decide as a cabin. So the counselors will guide them through this decision-making process as an entire group on the first night of camp in their cabin meeting. And we do this to, again, build our campers' independence and autonomy and communal living skills. So they get to choose as a community what's the best time to wake up, what's the best time to go to bed. Again, parents, it's guided by the counselors, so they are still going to get plenty of sleep. Our little girls, in elementary school, are going to go to bed around 9:30 after they shower, and then the middle school and high schoolers may stay up a little bit beyond that.
Okay, and you had mentioned teams just a minute ago. Can you tell us about the teams at camp?
So at Camp Lantern Creek, we do teams a little bit differently than most summer camps. We have 3 teams. We do that because girls learn differently when it comes to competition. And so we encourage the loyalty and the determination factor and team spirit. What we don't have, because we have 3, is a loser. So we might have a winner of a session, but not a loser. Our 3 teams are based on strong female characteristics. We have our dames, which are female knights, and they are centered around courage and leadership. Our terras are centered on being grounded to the earth and taking care of it and making the world a better place. And then our gypsies are free-spirited and creative spirits. So those are our 3 teams. Once a new camper will draw on the second night of camp, we do a little ceremony and all of our teams are lined up cheering, and a new camper will draw out of our magic bag and find the team that she is on for life.
Great, thank you. let's talk about staff. How do you find your staff? How do you train your staff? Background checks. Can you guys talk to that?
You can go for it.
So we recruit all of our staff from various colleges and universities. We do have most staff that are from Texas colleges and universities, but we get a few that come from out of state and actually want to come spend their summer in Texas. But they're all really great. We background check all of our staff and anybody that is on our property. Anybody that's not on our not background checked on our property might be a maintenance worker, and there's going to be a staff member with them at all times. So staff are all young women. They're really fantastic role models, and they're all growing as well. So we're committed to mentoring our staff to grow in the same way that our campers are growing.
And our staff training lasts about a week and a half, where we cover everything from homesickness, group behavior management, behavioral management, working to create emotional intelligence with our campers, problem solving. We spend a lot of time training them to work with our campers and make their experience rich and fulfilled and fun.
Great. And what are the ages of the campers, and how are they put into cabins?
I'll take it. So, it's a giant jigsaw puzzle as far as cabin assignments go. We group them by grade or age. We try and take bunk or cabin requests and honor as many as we can, but we can't guarantee that. But our elementary school girls are typically together in a cabin. It could be 2nd through 5th, but it could be 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in another 5th grade cabin. It could be 4th and 5th in a cabin. Just depends on the breakdown of that session as far as ages go. And then we'll have middle school cabins. We never mix the two, elementary and middle school, because the conversations change a lot once girls hit middle school. And then we have our leadership cabin, which is 9th and 10th graders, which we can talk about later. We can talk about now.
We can talk about it now.
So we have a 4-year leadership program. We're actually currently building our leadership cabin right now. It's very exciting. And our leadership program is something that Angie and I are very passionate about. We've spent a lot of time building this curriculum based on research and our experience and camp culture. And we think our leadership experience not only builds the girls' skills for leadership, but builds the skills that they need individually. So not every leader is going to be standing up in front of a room talking, and we acknowledge that and try and embrace that. Our every year has a different goal. Our freshmen, our 9th graders learn what kind of leader they are and their impact on younger campers, and we do this through a big sister, little sister program and a wish granting program where the leadership girls try and make a wish come true in a very creative way for their little sister. The 2nd year of our leadership program, which is our Flames, they focus on group management, and I teach a session on ages and stages where they learn cognitive development and why you can't talk to a 7-year-old like you do a 12-year-old, and what's the neurology behind that. And they actually get to plan a program, a camp-wide program, and that's a challenge in and of itself. And then the next year, which is, where am I? Torches.
Yeah.
They start to actually live in cabins under the mentorship of our staff. So they're kind of assistant counselors, so to speak. That year is really focused on how do you take care of others while you're taking care of yourself, especially in what can be sometimes a very stressful environment. So that's that year. And then finally is our last year, our junior counselors. They are actually on staff and get paid, which they're very grateful for a little bit. And they're still getting mentored and trained, and they start to learn how to teach a class, so share their skills with others.
Great, thanks. Okay, burning question for the kids out there. The food.
The food is great. Our cook goes by Cookie, and she's somebody that works with her named Boots, and they do a really great job. So we get rave reviews on our food from our campers on the camper surveys every year. We have really great kid-friendly things like grilled cheese and soup, oven-baked chicken,
Hamburgers.
hamburgers, orange chicken. What we do to accommodate people is we have a vegetarian option at every meal, but we don't accommodate special allergies. Like gluten-free, so campers would need to bring their own food, and then Cookie can work with that from there.
Yeah.
And then we have a fruit bar at breakfast, which the kids love, and then we have a salad bar at lunch and dinner. And beyond that, they do get ice cream at Sugar Shack every day. And then one of our biggest things is that we only serve water. And that's really important to us because our campers have to stay hydrated with the Texas heat. Water is really the only thing that they need. They get lemonade on one special occasion. But other than that, they drink water. We tell them that their water bottle is their best friend, and they take it everywhere
they
them.
go. Yeah.
And then as far as other allergies goes,
So if a camper was to apply who has any allergies, we ask for an allergy action plan signed off by the doctor, and then we work to make a plan of action if in case there were any allergic reactions. Our primary goal is to make sure before a camper comes to camp that we can keep them safe.
Great. And on the note of safety, is there a nurse on staff? How do you handle medications, illnesses?
So we have an RN on staff every session. Our RN lives at camp. She actually handles the check-in of meds on check-in day and is there to kind of do a head-to-toe is what we call it, just to make sure no one's coming in sick. We also ask for a lice check before coming to camp, and if not, we do one there. And during the day, if campers need medication or are feeling sick, they can go see the nurse in what we call the Be Well. And we also have a relationship with the local doctor who has seen our standard procedures and approved them. And if a camper or staff member is to get sick, we have an arrangement with him that he will see our campers and take a look at them if there's anything that's needed. You obviously would get a phone call if that were the case before we take a camper to see the doctor, and you would talk to the nurse. She also handles everything from cuts and bites and scrapes and all of that stuff too.
Okay, one last question. How do you guys handle any bullying or other relationship issues that you have with campers?
Great question. So, first of all, we, as bullying goes, we have a no tolerance policy. Our staff go through a specialized bullying prevention training so they can see the signs of it if it does come up. We haven't had any bullying issues at all since we opened. And I think that comes from educating our staff and prevention. Yes. But what we do have a lot of is conflict, and we do not shy away from conflict. So we actually teach that conflict can be really good and necessary in a relationship. So we teach our staff first and then our campers that conflict is just a sign that there might need to be a little bit of a change in your friendship, and maybe somebody needs to listen a little bit more, somebody needs to speak up, something to that effect. We teach the girls how to identify what they're feeling and be able to communicate what they're feeling and respect what they're feeling. So those are the three components of emotional intelligence, and we're very, very passionate about it. So needless to say, we are a girls' camp, and conflict happens a lot. Little kid conflict that comes up in the 7-year-old cabin looks different than middle school conflict. Middle school conflict may look like I came to camp with my very best friend, and now my very best friend is going to make new friends, and I feel left out. I feel jealous. kind of all those things made me angry that come up. And we take that as an opportunity to teach girls how to identify their emotions and really express them.
Great.
Great. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. We hope this helped, and we hope that you'll visit our website, CampLanternCreek.com. Also our YouTube page, where we have a lot more information and some silly videos for everyone to see the craziness that happens at Camp Lantern Creek. If you have any other questions, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to answer any. Maybe it's a suggestion for another video. We're happy to do them. So thank you very much. We'll see you soon.